Hey guys, Pat here, and today I want to take a very anarchistic view of life, but in a techie way, and I want to talk about the question is, can you have internet without an ISP? Well, first of all, let's give a quick rundown of what internet is. Internet is multiple computers and servers connected to each other in a network, and that is the internet. Because technically speaking, if at home you had a computer hosting a website and another computer on your network was accessing that website, you're technically using the internet. But the internet really is a wide range of different providers. You've got the Netflix servers over here in Sydney. You've got, Google servers over in Perth. Whatever servers you have, you're all connected and you go through one central node. Most of the time, if you're a general consumer, you go through an ISP. So what exactly is an ISP? Well, it's literally a company that provides the connection of general consumers to the massive grid or the large pipeline that connects the rest of the countries. Because each country has, well, a connection to each other. It's all a web of lies. A web of cables, right? It's a web of cables. So basically, you're just connecting to another network that's connected to another network, and all these networks are connected to become the internet. And literally, that is exactly what it is, this kind of shape of connectedness. It is a web. Now, do you actually need an ISP to connect to the internet? Well, unfortunately, you do. But here's the thing. In America, a lot of little cities, or rather counties, have actually pushed towards building their own network and connecting to the rest of the country, and basically bypassing the ISP and becoming its own ISP. So technically speaking, you kind of can't get out of this ISP, this internet service provider, world, because you still need to connect through something to something. There's always a lot of basically documentation and a lot of red tape to do this, but at the end of the day, if you really had the actual balls to do it, you could potentially connect to the NBN, for example in Australia, but become your own service provider. So you would be paying the fees of getting bandwidth from NBN Co and providing it to yourself, and then you can bypass the ISP. Now, technically speaking, you can actually do this right now. You can jump on, get a business number, a BSB, and then become an NBN Co reseller, but there's a bit of a large investment. And that can kind of expand because you have to maintain servers and obviously connect people. If you're only connecting yourself, that's fine, but you'd be paying thousands and thousands of dollars for a minimum access, so you need to resell the amount of access you have bought. So can you actually bypass the ISP? Can you have your own internet? Well, yes, but if you want to access all sorts of plethora of information around the world that's stored in different servers, you have to somehow connect to your nation's broadband, cable, anything that kind of sends information. Well, at the end of the day, somebody has to pay for usage of the lines. And most of the time, the actual company that holds these lines is somebody like NBN Co. or Telstra or Telecom or whoever it is in every other country. Somebody owns the pipes where your information flows through, and somebody has to pay the other person because, well, democracy and capitalism. I'm not saying it's bad. I think capitalism has raised the wealth of people, but that's another story in itself. But at the end of the day, somebody has to pay these bills, and what ISPs really are just a conglomerate of people and investment to provide a service and really make money of providing the service at obviously a percentage of profit. So can you really bypass it? Probably not. It's not in our lifetime. It's not something you'd probably want to do because of the costs involved, but potentially it's an idea to start your own business and become an ISP. And well, there's a lot of liability that comes with it. I mean, imagine if people pirating stuff on your connection, like you kind of become responsible, sort of. And that's where Australia still kind of is. The ISP is not responsible for people downloading things or pirating things. But in America, you can get, sued. You can get done over if you're doing any of the dodgies and pirating and things like that, because companies that file a copyright claim can go through the ISP and get your details because they've got your IP and all this other plethora of things that I don't want to go into this video. But there is a few ways you can kind of bypass the ISP and create your own internet. So what can you do? Well, if you're at a school, you technically have your own intranet. If you're at a university, you've got your intranet. And most organizations have their own intranet, which might have their own wiki. You might have your own company website where you submit maybe a leave request, or you might submit information, or you're working on internal systems and using itself. Technically speaking, you have bypassed the ISP because you built your own internal service provider. So yes, it is definitely possible, but not to the wider internet into the world. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope I have answered some burning questions you have had when you clicked this video to watch, and I hope you subscribe for more content like this, because I'm trying some informative stuff rather at the moment than reviewing items. But let me know what you think. Thumbs down, thumbs up. I will obviously read it, and I will answer any comments you have or questions. So please leave your comments and suggestions below. Guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you in another video.